Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, for preaching 100% truth in season and out of season, according to the Most High's will, the correct doctrine, giving up their bodies as a living sacrifice for the Most High's sake, which is their reasonable service. All right, double honors goes out to you. I like to say peace, all right, which is shalom to the hopeful elect, the sincere Akim of the nation of Israel, which is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, starting with the 144,000 down to the 1/3 of all Israelites who will receive salvation out of America once destruction comes, which is near. It's approaching, all right, as well as the confusion of face, Akim, all right, who are scattered across the globe, who look like different heathen nations, but through your seed line you go back to an Israelite man, and your spirit bears witness that you're Israelite, because you can accept this word, all right? Shalom goes out to you. I'd like to give more praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, for allowing me to do another video of the Holy Spirit. And this video is going to be about the California blackout, all right, that was planned by PG, all right, and E, okay? This blackout, okay, has millions of people who live in California, all right, surprised, okay, and not in utter chaos, all right, because it was planned, all right, but they're in shock, all right, because they didn't know that this was going to happen, all right, a lot of them, okay, and I'm going to play this video, all right, to give you a basic, all right, overall synopsis of what happened, all right.
The power is still out in Northern California and across a wide swath of the state. The blackout was planned by public utility officials to reduce the risk of wildfire as high winds mix with dry weather. But many don't agree with that timing or reasoning. And as William Brangham tells us, the anger is building around the state as residents, businesses, and local government offices are trying to deal with it.
This is my neighborhood right now.
Across Northern California overnight, entire communities turned invisible to the naked eye. The region was plunged into darkness after the California utility company PG&E shut down power over fears that high winds could bring down lines and start wildfires. PG&E initially said it would affect up to 800,000 households, which, according to other estimates, could impact nearly 2 million people.
Well, I think they jumped the gun, in my opinion. Turn it off is good, but wait till it's dangerous.
PG in general should have taken care of this for the last 50 years.
PG&E says it restored power today to hundreds of thousands, but warned some outages could last for days. A statement today read, "We faced a choice between hardship or safety, and we chose safety. We deeply apologize for the inconvenience and the hardship, but we stand by the decision." In the meantime, residents stocked up on ice and supplies, shopping in stores left in virtual darkness. Businesses that stayed open had to operate cash only. Elsewhere, authorities reported several traffic accidents overnight, which resulted in injuries. The decision to shut down power came as high winds and particularly dry conditions increased the threat of new wildfires. But California Governor Gavin Newsom said the reason for blackouts falls squarely on PG&E.
They created these conditions. It was unnecessary. We're doing everything in our power. My gosh, doing everything in our power to help them, help themselves. Now it's time for them to do the right thing.
The electric utility had been held liable for its role in prior wildfires in 2017 because of downed power lines. It filed for bankruptcy this year after last year's devastating Camp Fire, which was believed to have been triggered in part by PG&E transmission lines. That blaze killed 85 people and destroyed tens of thousands of buildings. So let's hear more about the impact of this blackout. Matthias Gaffney of the San Francisco Chronicle is covering it in Northern California, and he joins me now from Oakland. Matthias, thank you very much for being here. I know you've been driving around in the regions that are some of them that are blacked out right now. What's it like?
Yeah, it's really frustrated a lot of people in the area. I mean, there's people who are struggling to know what to do with their food, for childcare, for schools. There's new moms who are figuring out what to do with their frozen breast milk. I mean, it really runs the gamut. It's just been an incredible inconvenience for a lot of people, and they just want to know when it's going to end.
I mean, blackouts are one of those things that really emphasize how many parts of our life are dependent upon electricity. I mean, I think about banks, hospitals, stores. I mean, all of those places are now seemingly in some sort of crisis mode.
Most of them are closed, frankly. I mean, I went around a small city today in the major kind of business district, and I didn't find much open. I saw a janitor at a bar who was figuring out how to keep the beer cold. You know, it's the people are trying to maintain and figure out how to kind of get through it. And you see grocery stores with empty shelves because they had to dump all their perishables. People working off generators, some people, but most of the people I visited today had just closed up shop and were going to wait it out.
Now, PG&E says it's really dry, it's really windy. We had to shut down the power so that these lines don't go down and trigger new fires. How are people responding to that rationale? Do they understand it, and what do they think about it?
Yeah, that's really the tricky part. You know, we had 2 straight years of just devastating wildfires in Northern California, right around here, around this time of the year. And at the time, for the first one at least, PG&E didn't have a program where they could even do a shutdown like this, which is what they do in Southern California and the utilities down there. So they made that change last year, and yet we still had the campfire. And I think the campfire last year was a watershed moment. They had warned that they might do a shutdown. All the weather factors seemed to align with their standards and criteria for when they would do it. And yet they kept the power on, and their electricity wound up causing this incredibly deadly fire where more than 80 people died. So I think a lot of people understand that, but at the same time, they realize that this is an incredible inconvenience, and they just hope it's done better, these shutdowns.
I mean, obviously, people pay their utility bills. They have some reasonable expectation that the power would stay on somewhat consistently. Is there a viable long-term solution to this that doesn't involve putting people into the dark every time it gets hot and windy?
It's really tricky. There's people, you know, one side of the spectrum say you run this utility, you shouldn't have to shut it down to keep it safe. This should be safe to begin with. When you talk about increasing climate issues that are kind of putting a lot of stress on the system, that can be difficult. It's also putting stress on nature. We have a lot of dead trees in California that when they topple over, they can hit a power line. So it's very difficult, but at the same time, people are concerned that, you know, PG&E is a publicly traded company, and a lot of people think that they're caring more about the shareholders than they are about the general public and keeping them safe. So there's a balance that needs to be struck there. That's you know, incredibly difficult, and a lot of people say, you know, make it go public. San Francisco's thought about buying out PG&E and taking it over, but you know, there's a lot of difficulty there too. Do they want to take on the liability if something bad happens?
I imagine this has just got to be so frustrating for so many people, and some of it obviously is the uncertainty of not knowing how long this is going to go. Is PG&E giving people a sense of how long their lights will be out?
They give you a ballpark idea. I mean, the weather event hopefully is going to be ending by the end of today, but that doesn't mean your power is coming right back on. My power's out. I'm not expecting it to be on for a day or two. And the reason is once the weather subsides and you don't have that threat, PG&E has to go out and inspect all the lines before they even think about re-energizing those lines. And I talked to a PG&E official yesterday who compared all the lines that they'll have to investigate and inspect after this incident equates to lining up. If you lined them all up, it would equate to the circumference of the Earth, the entire equator.
Wow. And then obviously there's no predicting whether or not this has to be redone in weeks or months ahead. Matthias Gaffney.
So the main point of that video is that it was unexpected. All right. Those people in California didn't expect it. All right. And now they have to, all right, deal, all right, with that reality, okay, of a power outage. All right. But the main point is that people are not expect, all right, the Most High to bring terror to America. All right. All right. People think America is a place where it's just you're you're safe. All right. No matter what. Okay. And nothing extremely terrible can happen in America. All right. But the Most High could bring plagues and terrors to America for its wickedness. All right. And this power outage was planned. All right. By PG&E. Okay. But at the end of the day, it was planned by the Most High. All right. Controlling. All right. The spiritual demon Satan. All right. To control. All right. The elites. All right. All the way down. All right. To PG&E. Okay. Because the Most High is in control of all things. All right. And this world is controlled by Satan. All right. Darkness. The wickedness of the elites. All right. So it was planned, right? So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. Okay. Because martial law is going to be planned as well. All right. The whole collapse of the economy is going to be planned as well. All right. That's the New World Order agenda. All right. To bring chaos. All right. All right. In the midst of that chaos, they're going to bring order. All right. To try and control the people. All right. Through chaos. Because when people are in chaos, they're likely to do things to they're likely to do extreme measures to make them safe. All right. So that's the elite's plan. All right. But there's going to be too much chaos. All right. And that's where it's going to backfire on them. All right. The Most High is going to send his son back, who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shai. All right. To save the remnant, the elect of the nation Israel, and destroy the wicked. All right. To round you heathens up, you nations who are not Israelites, and put you in slavery. All right. And destroy 2/3 of his own people. All right. So all this is coming to America. ICBM missiles, right? Nuclear warfare, World War III, famine, pestilence, plagues, earthquakes in diverse places. All right. It's going to be all unexpected. All right. To majority of the world. All right. But as hopeful elect, all right, we expect this. All right. Okay. We're not ignorant, okay, of what's going on. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, so we're not ignorant, okay, to this matter. All right, of people just being in distress, all right, because their lights got blacked out. All right, and it's very likely for people, all right, when their lights go off, all right, they think it's fun. All right, oh, I had a blackout. Oh, this is fun. All right, but when the Most High shuts, Lord willing, he uses an EMP to shut this grid down. All right. It's not going to be fun then. All right. That's when you're going to starve. All right. That's when all electricity goes down. All right. Electromagnetic magnetic pulse. All right. Electric magnetic pulse, Slakia. All right. And through the spirit, I believe the Most High is going to send that on America. All right. And it's all through the spirit. Right, because the Most High will bring terror to this place, all right, like never before seen, all right. So as the elect, all right, hopefully elect, okay, it's our job, right, to try sincerely to get right with the Most High, follow His laws, statutes, and commandments to our best of our ability, repent and change our ways, all right, to His standard, the Most High standard, all right. So my next precept will be 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse. I'm going to start at 15. Okay. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, so that's race riots. All right, which is coming to America. For there shall be sedition among men. Okay, so sedition, what does word sedition means? All right, it says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. All right, so people rebelling, all right, against the government. Okay, race riots, terrible times is coming. All right, that's never before seen. All right, majority of these people don't know how to handle severe bad times. All right, and that's coming to America. All right, at the highest level. All right, the Most High saving America's destruction for last. It says, a man shall desire, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. What is that? Right, martial law. Right, extreme military restriction. All right, extreme military action. All right, a military state. Okay, of things being run. All right, because World War III is gonna come. All right, so no, it's not gonna be just random people walking on the street having a nice day, going to Starbucks. All right, going to the Walmart, whatever, game, McDonald's, whatever they do. All right, it's gonna be extreme terror. All right, you're not gonna be able to go outside. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of people killing each other. All right, cannibalism as well is coming. All right, strange beasts, newly created creatures is coming to America. All right, the scariest things. All right, is coming to America. All right. So as hopeful elect, all right, we're not going to be ignorant of Satan's devices. We're going to spiritually prepare for this, right? Because we know that the Lord comes as a thief in the night, all right? One prophecy, all right, can start, right, can lead to a domino effect of many prophecies just rolling on, all right? It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. So grown men you think are mighty, all right, these so-called real niggas, all right, being afraid, all right, being terrified at what the Most High is going to bring, all right. So always hearken onto that fear. Pray to the Most High for more fear, all right, if you want it, all right. Which, if you're sincere, you should want more fear, all right. Okay. So you can constantly remember and have that constant mind frame of fearing the Most High, all right. And at the same time being glad that he gave you this word and appreciating it. All right, that's why you're fearing him. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So my next precept will be Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 6. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. All right. So like I said, right, if grown men are be screaming, okay, hearts melting, all right, then what do you think these proud, loudmouth women are going to be doing? All right. They're going to be completely in fear, all right, shivering up, all right. You're not going to be talking all that mess during that day, right? You wicked Black, Hispanic, Native American woman, right? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, and you heathen woman as well. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereout of it. All right. And who are the sinners? All right. 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right. Sinning willingly. All right. Topping on sin after sin after sin. Transgression of the laws. All right. The Most High is going to judge the house of Israel first. All right. Because he's only dealing with the nation of Israel. All right. For the stars of heaven and constellations thereof shall not get their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right? So these words should send, all right, fear down your spine. All right? I will punish the world for their evil, the wicked for their iniquity. All right? So the Most High is going to show a side, all right, to this world that this world has never, this world is not prepared to see. All right, terror. Okay, so we have to always be in that fearful, all right, mind frame. All right, as hopeful elect. Okay, and keep praying and fasting, doing what we have to do through the Spirit. All right, keep feeding the sheep. All right, keep taking on the characteristics of the elect. All right, keep being a brother. All right, all of it. All right, to the best of our ability. Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof, behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you. I'll make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. All right, so that's to you 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, the Most High is stretching out his hand right now. All right, this is the grace period before the judgment. Okay, the majority of you Israelites are not regarding the truth. All right, he's stretching out his hand through the prophets. All right, and you just walk past, you scorn, you do what you have to do, you go about your daily lives. All right, but you're gonna regret doing these things. All right, so that's why, as hopeful elect, we should always be serving the Lord with gladness. All right, keep praying the Most High doesn't take the Holy Spirit away from us. All right, keep being in a humble mind frame. All right, with no pride. All right. Okay, we don't want to be like these other people. All right, just waiting to be destroyed. All right, and don't even know it. Okay, that's a scary thing. All right, they think their lives have value. Okay, they think the whole world revolves around them. All right, so verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my proof. I'll also laugh at your calamity. I'll mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. All right, to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Okay, which is a gift to fear him. All right, so they didn't choose that. All right, that's why they're gonna be punished. All right, so fear the Lord. Okay, constantly have that in your head. All right, and this goes for everybody, right? Okay, this goes for brothers. All right, all across the globe. Always have that constant mind frame of fear. All right, fear, fear, fear. Okay, through the Spirit. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So these people were just living life, all right? Just like these people in California, they didn't know blackouts would come. They were just going through their daily lives. And then boom, right? A blackout, okay? So this could come as a surprise, all right, to the wicked, okay? But we expect it, all right? So when it comes to us, we're not going to be dismayed at the signs of heaven, all right? Of course, okay, our flesh is going to be nervous. Our flesh is going to be in a fearful state, all right? But our spirits could be guiding us, okay? Lord willing, through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, helping us out, all right? Being our guide, all right? Our backbone, okay, our shield, okay? And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the Son of Man be. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, so sudden surprise. All right. Then shall two be in the field, then one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye not know what hour your Lord doeth come. So that's what you'll always be in these prophecies, all right? Watching the news, all right? Staying up to date, okay? To what's going on around the world, okay? Always being a constant watchman, all right? Warning, feeding the sheep, doing your videos, all right? But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right? So when the Lord, all right, brings judgment to this place, all right, okay, Lord willing, okay, you're supposed to be in that confident state, right, in belief, all right, the things you did all the way up to that time, to Jacob's trouble, all right, to when these Esau rose in as a flood, okay, so you can be confident the Lord's with you through the spirit of all the trials you went through, all right, building up to the big trials which are about to come, all right. Verily I say unto you, that ye shall make him ruler over all his goods, all right. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, all right, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, which is the scariest sight, all right, to go back to this wicked ass low energy world, all right, in the Most High, all right, to visit you, all right, spiritually, all right, which to give judgment to you, right, because that judgment could be, all right, this could be torment, all right. You don't want to be tormented by the Most High, Yahweh, all right. That's the last thing, all right, because the Most High's knowledge is infinite, all right. And shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, all right. It's my last precept. To be 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, right? So they may say it's the best. We're doing great in the economy, all right? Many people have jobs, just like Trump always says, all right? Then boom, all right, out of nowhere, okay, the economy collapsed, all right? The RFID chip becomes mandatory, all right? World War III kicks off, all right? Race riots, Jacob's trouble, all right? Things that are unexpected, all right? So always be aware, all right, what's about to come to this world, all right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, and that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. Ye are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. All right? But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. All right? For the Most High had not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him. Okay? Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. All right? Okay. So be aware. Always be aware. Okay. Don't be ignorant of Esau's devices. All right. Satan's devices. Don't be ignorant of what's going on around the world. All right. And always do what you have to do. Have that constant mind frame of fear. All right. So I hope this video is edifying. Death and destruction to America. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Keep pushing. Keep fighting for salvation. All right. Shalom.